Coach, obviously a big day, eventful day on the Mississippi State campus. When you think about the future, what do you need as a football coach from an athletic director? What are the things that you want and need, and how does that relationship benefit you and your program?
The biggest thing, you just want them to, kind of keep all the plates in the air. Because what that does is eliminate distractions as there's new, legislation, things like that. Have a plan, keep it lined out. You want them to leave you alone. You want them to have enough money to keep everything going at the various aspects so that you're competitive with your competition, and you want somebody that, you can, that's common sense enough to work through problems.
John?
Mike, what was your kind of relationship with John like, and what are your thoughts on the whole events that transpired of his departure?
I thought John was great. Got along good with John. I just kind of go back to the first thing every week. I mean, are you surprised this happened? I'm surprised this happened, but I'm not surprised something surprising happened. I mean, something surprising happens every week. You just don't know how it's going to manifest itself. But no, it was good. I always enjoyed working with John.
Chrissy?
What are your overall impressions of this year's Auburn team, and then specifically, what does it take to stop a running back like Team Bixby?
They're good. I mean, they're good. They definitely have players. I mean, Auburn's full of a bunch of players that had offers all over the conference. It's not like us and everybody else wanted those guys on their team. But no, we just got to go out and play well. Play together, play well.
Obviously, Auburn fired Brian Harsin today. I guess going against a team with an interim head coach for the first game, how does that kind of affect your preparation for the game?
Probably not, because I don't know how they're going to organize it. And, on one hand, they'll probably do what they've been doing for the season, and then a wholesale change just for a week they're tough to install in that short a period of time.
Steve?
Coach, it's been a while since we've seen you. How do you feel like your team kind of responded during the open day? How's their preparation been the last few days?
Well, I think we're getting better. I mean, we're a work in progress. We're out there trying to improve. I thought we had a real good practice Thursday. What's that guy doing? Is that one of you guys is? I thought we had pretty good work, and I did think we needed to step away a little bit, but provided that.
John?
You were talking about all the things that are important for you in whoever the next athletic director is. I mean, where are you kind of at mentally right now? You're leading this program, and kind of with that uncertainty, how does that kind of sit with you?
I just ignore it and just worry about the day-to-day, the next meeting, the next practice.
Mike, obviously, you've been at Mississippi State a few years now. I guess what would your pitch be, to a new person interested in being the athletic director? Why is being the athletic director at Mississippi State a good job in your eyes?
I think it's a great job because this is a great place to live, and then also, the people you work with are great too. At least, it's not perfect. I would definitely purge a couple, but not very many. I mean, less here than most places. And so that immediately sticks it above, other places. So I think it's a fantastic place. I think it's a very down-to-earth place, and I think it's a pragmatic place that, that tries to figure out solutions to problems rather than get wound up, politically kissing too many rings. I mean, they're trying to solve the problem, which is, I think, the correct approach. And then I think that hang on, I got a call. And then the biggest thing, you want a guy that really wants to be here, really wants to do it, and you want a guy that stays out of your way, that understands that, you know, the coaches for all the sports, they're there for a reason. And the athletic director's role is to provide support, not coach, you know. And those athletic directors are the best ones. I've been really lucky. I've been around some great athletic directors. When I was at Kentucky, C.M. Newton was the athletic director. When I was at Oklahoma, Joe Castiglione was the athletic director. When I was at Washington State, Bill Moose was the athletic director. So we need somebody that's like really either of those three. As a matter of fact, maybe we ought to call Bill. Who knows?
Matt?
Coach, do you have any good John Cohen stories as he's going out the door?
John Cohen stories. I'll be able to think of a lot. Well, you know, he's a real smart guy. Studies things and stays on top of them. His hours are almost opposite of mine. Goes to bed about 8 o'clock and gets up about 4. So between the two of us, we had the store minded 24 hours a day. Let's see. I think that, I don't know, sometimes, you know, he'd get out over his skis a little bit and get, you know, because, you know, there's a lot of problems that, you know, that's kind of the key to being a good athletic director, knowing what needs to be addressed right now and knowing which ones you can wait out, you know, because there's a certain amount of problems you can wait out. And if you waste your time on those, then you know, you take time away from the other ones. There's another, which is, you know, and everybody knows of managers or bosses, and I try to avoid doing this myself. You don't want to go around picking up rat turds when there's elephant turds flying everywhere, you know. Let's try to focus on the elephants instead. So, I think that just prioritizing what you do, I think that, but you know, but he always had the ability to adjust, loosen up, get back on track very quickly. It was, you know, kind of a fun guy to watch the process with. And, you know, we'd get to talk to you, it'd just be here I wanted to mention this to you, and we'd end up, you know, talking for an hour, so.
Steve?
3 of the last 4 games at home, I guess 3 in a row here, Coach. I mean, I'm bored heading to November to have home field advantage for majority of your games.
Well, I think it's good. I think there's no question it's good. It's, you know, we love being at home, and you know, the biggest thing, just got to take advantage of our time and make the most out of it. Get the most out of our preparation that we can.
Joel?
Announced last week that Austin is running for the Campbell Trophy. We've heard you praise
Yeah,
him.
I'm a little surprised he didn't win it last year. I don't know. Not to take anything away from who won it, but who could have beat out Austin for it last year is what I'm curious about. But
Yeah, we've heard you praise him a lot, his consistent nature, but I guess speak to him in a little bit. What makes him so successful and consistent on the field and all?
Well, he's smarter than other people. He works harder than other people. And for a smart guy, some smart people overcomplicate things. He doesn't. You know, he sees the clear path, the one, you know, doesn't get cluttered up in all the details. And then, you know, just on paper alone, he's got a bachelor's and 2 masters, and they're not in basket weaving. I'm not sure if they even give degrees in basket weaving. I can't say I've ever met a basket weaving major, but I'd be curious to see their baskets if such a thing exists. But no, they're hard majors. You know, they're the ones that you say, okay, if I major in this, I'll make a lot of money. But it also runs through your mind what classes you have to take, and you consider avoiding them too.
John?
Have you thought about this Saturday? I mean, it's going to kind of be pretty weird. John Cohen hands in his resignation today, and now he's going to likely be on the other sideline Saturday. Have you kind of thought about how strange that's going to be? Do you think you'll speak to him pregame and just, yeah, how awkward will that whole situation be?
Well, I'll speak to him anytime he's around, I suppose. But no, I just Auburn, well, whoever you're playing that particular week has a funny way of keeping you distracted from all that stuff, you know, from all the little ironies and things that are cute and fun to think about once you're retired, you know.
Matt?
Coach, you've obviously done this for a long time. What are some of the keys that you've learned over your coaching career on how to have like a successful bye week for the team?
Yeah, it varies. And I've done it both ways. I've done it where you worked all week and won big at the end of the week. I've done it where you worked all week, lost at the end of the week. And I've done it where you just give them the whole week off, and we won big. You give them the whole week off, and you get your head kicked in. And then, the way I've done it the most, and you know, it's done both ways some, which is, you know, you try to, you see the thing is that by the time you say, well, by the time your strength coaches come in and say, well, you know, we have some extra time, so you shorten practice a little. The strength coaches come in and say, well, you know, we have some extra time. I'm thinking we'll lift 4 days this week. Well, at the end, you didn't have a bye week. Might have been worse than a regular week, you know. And then, so, you know, you got to be disciplined about that. Well, what we did is let them off at the front end of the week, and then, you know, had 2 pretty good practices towards the end.
Anything else? Close out with Danny.
Coach, have you been spoken to Bracky Bray yet since he was named interim AD? And if so, you know, what did y'all discuss?
No, I see him all the time. Most days I'll see him probably 2 or 3 times a day. So, yeah, rather than chase him down, I think I'll just wait till I bump into him. Well, because he goes to practice all the time, so it's not like you know, days go by I don't see him. He's at practice a lot. So.
All right, thanks.
All right, appreciate it.